Well, very good afternoon to all of you, dear students. Welcome to the class. I will be revising Ailing planet. I will be revising some important points, some important information I will be giving you related with Ailing planet. Ailing planet is in your syllabus for periodic test 3, I hope you know, and it is chapter number 5 from Hornbill. So hereby I am sharing the screen right now. Kindly let me know whether the screen is visible to you or not. Okay, it is getting processed. Okay, now I am about to show you the content that I am about to discuss right now. Yes, so dear students, please inform me that whether it is visible to you or not. Is the screen visible? Can you all see it? Your feedback is very important in this case. Can you all see it? Is the screen visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. So let us move on. Very important chapter, and you had also earlier done this chapter. So it is written by Nani Palkhiwala, and see, the title has been given the ailing planet. It has not been mentioned the healthy planet, isn't it? It has been given the title the ailing planet. Why? Because what is the condition of the planet Earth? It is now in a deteriorating state. And why it is in a deteriorating state? Because of our reckless exploitation of the natural resources. I repeat one more time. Why it is in a deteriorating state? Because of the reckless exploitation of the natural resources on our part. And we, being the most intelligent, the most rational of the creatures, we are the only schooled creatures in this planet Earth, but also at the same time we are the most dangerous creatures also. Okay, so all those things I will be highlighting as been stated here by the author Nani Palkhiwala, who for the very first time has written this article way back in 1994. And this is 2022. So see, it is very relevant even now also, because environmental issues, particularly related with environmental pollution, environmental exploitation, particularly of natural resources, environmental degradation, all these things are very relevant. Okay, so Nani Palkhiwala has written it, and the source is obviously from where it has been taken. It has been taken from the Indian Express. Okay, published on 23rd November 1994. See, there is another important thing. If I ask you that what exactly happened in 1972, I hope you will be able to give me a answer to that. What exactly happened in 1972? Can any one of you say that what exactly happened? Why the year 1972 is specifically mentioned in your text also? Can any one of you say what exactly happened in 1972? Which movement started? This is easy. Which movement?
So the Green Revolution movement.
Yes, very good. The Green Revolution movement. Can you name the country from where it has started? Where for the very first time the conference was held. It's a very beautiful country, actually, a very small country, a neighbor of Australia. It's a neighbor of Australia. Can you name the country? It is mentioned in your text also.
New Zealand.
Yes, absolutely right. It is New Zealand. So in New Zealand, it is written in the very first page only of your text. Since it's a revision class, so interaction will be like this. Okay, you have to answer me correctly. You told me, that's good. Yes, it is in New Zealand that in the year 1972 the green movement actually started. Now why? What was the intention of the green movement? Obviously, see, it is written to raise awareness about the harmful condition of the earth. That is actually the main reason behind the starting of the green movement, to raise awareness among the masses globally related with the harmful condition of the earth, related with the environment. Okay, and moreover, Nani Palkhiwala in this particular lesson focuses even on overpopulation, or what we can say population explosion also. Just a minute, I hope there is someone on the line. Let me allow her. Yes, so once again I am moving on. Yes, so here he deals with population explosion also, as I highlighted overpopulation. He talks about deforestation also, and what must be our responsibility towards the environment. Now we are very recklessly, we are exploiting the natural resources. Being a part of nature, we are exploiting the natural resources. We should not do this, because we are the most intelligent, the most rational of all the living creatures on the face of the earth. So it is our moral and ethical responsibility to actually protect the environment at any cost. So we have to be culturally conscious, we have to be economically, socially conscious, and to a great extent, dear students, we have to be environmentally conscious also, because it is high time that we should protect our environment, natural resources, and not only that, the extinct creatures also, the rare creatures also. Now let us move on. The first important thing that we have to know is the green movement. When I was discussing the text, at that time also I told you, and you all know by this time, that it started in 1972, and this movement was a huge successful one, because ultimately it has brought a change in the perception of people regarding the environment. Previously it was a more materialistic view, okay, that yes, let us exploit the nature, what will happen? Nothing will happen. But we realize that it is difficult if we do that. It will be difficult for our lifestyle, because we can't compete with nature. Nature is super powerful. We have to cooperate with nature. If we go on exploiting the nature and the natural resources, it will harm the biodiversity, as I referred earlier in my class. And of course, being a part of nature, our condition in the near future will be in jeopardy. It will be difficult for us, particularly for our future generations. So there should be a change in our perception. And what should have a change? From a materialistic view to a comprehensive and ecological view of the world. Yes, now obviously there should be a change in perception from a materialistic view to a comprehensive and ecological view of the world. Okay, that is something very important, because we have to be environmentally conscious, because it is high time that we should know at the back of our mind that we should protect our environment at any cost. We should protect our environment. See, it states that humans are now worrying about the environment. Previously we haven't, but now it is high time, and yes, now we are very much worrying about the environment. Our planet is a living organism, and just as you know that metabolism and vital processes are very important in order to maintain a decent life in case of a living organism. Now if we consider the planet Earth, this huge planet Earth, as a living organism, then of course, biologically referring, then its metabolism and vital processes are to be handled properly, are to be taken care of, if we consider the world as a living entity. And definitely we must consider the entire world as a living entity or as a living organism, isn't it? Now there is another important thing, and that is the concept of sustainable development. Okay, before I head on, or before I move on to the concept of sustainable development, up to this, is it clear to all of you? Is there any doubt at the back of your mind? You can ask me. Is it clear to all of you? Then I am moving on to the concept of sustainable development. Okay, now see, this term was coined way back in the year 1987. And who had coined this term? It was coined by the World Commission on Environment and Development. They had coined this term, sustainable development. Can any one of you share some ideas, or can any one of you throw some light related with sustainable development? Yes, can any one of you throw some light? I know this class will respond to me. I know this class will answer me. So can any one of you say what exactly is sustainable development actually suggest? Yes, can any one of you refer to me? Yes, please. What exactly is sustainable development, or what does the term sustainable development yes, yes, please. Yes, someone is about.
So it means that
Yeah. Could you please say
which
what?
meets the present and future need, but
Okay, okay, yes, yes. And any more point you want to highlight in this case? Present needs also, definitely you are right, and the future needs also. That means development that should cater the present need of the human civilization, as well as it should cater the future generation also. That means we have to utilize the natural resources very tactfully, thinking always that it is required at the present moment for the present generation, but also at the same time it is required for the future generation also. Am I clear to all of you? I hope one of you told me correctly also that yes, you are right, it should cater to the present requirements also, and at the same time it should cater to the future requirement also. Future requirement, I am talking about the future generation. See, it is written, it defined the idea as the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. That means that we should pursue development for our present needs, but at the same time we should be careful about the needs of the future generation as well. This line I am highlighting for your convenience, that it is a requirement. Present needs for us, it is required, but also we should be very careful about the needs of the future generation as well. Okay, something that is very important. Now, man and the other living species, I already referred to that incident that is also mentioned in your chapter Zoo in Lusaka, Zambia. A mirror has been attached with a cage, and a notice has been given, the world's most dangerous animal, but inside the cage there is no animal as such. When you move by, your image gets reflected on the mirror, and of course at the same time you look at the top where it is written the world's most dangerous animal. Innovative way to make the mass or to make the public conscious that what exactly we are doing. We are ruining the environment. It is high time we should protect the environment, and tactfully we should utilize the natural resources. See, here I am underlining, we must utilize the natural resources in such a way that we are able to fulfill our needs, as well as conserve these resources for the upcoming generation. Upcoming generation means what, dear students? Upcoming generation means the future generation. We should look after our present generation, but at the same time we should look after the future generation also. People must consider themselves as partners and not as owners of this planet. If we have a mentality that we own this planet, ultimately we can do whatever it pleases us, whatever we like. We can cut down trees, we can exploit the environment at our will. We don't realize that in the long run, being a part of nature, our life might be in jeopardy. We don't realize it. That is something we should realize. In actuality, we are partners with millions of creatures of this entire planet. We are partners, okay? We are partners with millions of creatures of this entire planet. So it is our responsibility, because we are the most intelligent and we are the most rational creatures. It is our responsibility not only to protect ourselves, but also we should be very careful about our future generation as well. Okay. Now, Earth's principal biological systems. Now here there is a term being referred in your text as the branded commission. I hope you know one of the renowned environmentalists of India, was one of the members of that branded commission. Can you name him? Do you know his name? It's already been mentioned. I hope you remembered. Mr. L.K. Jha. So what branded commission, what was the main purpose of this commission? Obviously they used to do a survey related with the environment, not particularly related with a fixed country but globally. And they came to the they have raised a question after doing extensive survey, after doing extensive research. They raised the question that what are we to leave for our future generations? Are we going to leave for them desert areas or vast stretches of desert lands? Are we going to leave for them rugged landscapes? Are we going to leave for them ailing environment? What exactly are we going to leave for them? Now apart from that, there is a person whose name has been mentioned, I hope you all remembered, Lester Brown, isn't it? He has written a book, The Global Economic Prospect, or Global Economic System you can say. So in that book he has divided that our biological systems into 4 important categories. What are those? Fisheries, grasslands, forest and croplands, isn't it? These are the 4 most important you can say systems: fisheries, forest, grasslands and croplands. Now if we overuse any one out of these 4, it will affect the other 3s indirectly. Okay, so we have to be very cautious. See, these 4 systems actually provide all the raw materials except petroleum related products and minerals. Except petroleum related products and minerals, these 4 systems provide all the raw materials that are required for us. I mean our foodstuffs also. So with these systems becoming unsustainable, fisheries will collapse, the forest will slowly disappear, grasslands will turn into barren wastelands and croplands will become worse. That means if we overuse any one out of these 4 biological systems, it will affect the environment, and most precisely, dear students, it will affect the other 3 biological systems also. Now Article 48A, this is something important. Let me highlight this one now. What actually is suggested in Article 48A of our Indian Constitution, that wildlife and the forest reserves and resources must be preserved. But honestly speaking, do you feel like that it has been implemented properly, or even now also it is implemented properly? The answer is a big no. Because in India, laws are never enforced seriously. Law is there in the name of the law. Okay, it is never enforced seriously. Not only that, there is a decline of the forest at the rate of 3.7 million acres every year. Now, if you Google it, you might find that the numerical value will change. But we will be going by this, because this article was written way back in 1994. So the stats and the figures been mentioned, these are very much related to that year only. Okay. Now another important thing I like to say, that has also been highlighted by Nani Palkhiwala quite rightly, the menace of overpopulation. Now the poor people, they do believe that more children will means more workers, and obviously I mean it will increase the job prospect, but that is not the right thing. More children will mean more poverty and more mouths to feed. We have to understand that development is the best contraceptive. And remember another important thing, population and poverty are proportional to each other. If these concepts are clear, there will be no problem in your exam that you are about to write within a couple of days, isn't it? So remember, population and poverty are very much directly interrelated, directly proportional, or you can say very much interrelated to one another. Okay, so if population is high, there will be poverty. If population is within control, poverty also will be within control. So which one you need, development or poverty? Definitely the answer will be development. So in order to create a better living place, in order to create a place where there will be development in the field of education, development in the field of health sector, what you have to do, you have to control your population, and automatically poverty also will be minimized. Okay, and obviously the fertility rate, if it decreases, then obviously the health will improve, and obviously there will be job vacancy also, there will be improvement in educational sector also, development in other spheres also. So population has to be checked. Okay, now is there any doubt up to this, whatever I discussed till now? Is there any doubt at the back of your mind? You can ask me. Is there any doubt? Any questions you want to ask me?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So let us move on. Now the final phase, because it's a revision chapter, revision class, and everything should be well known to you. The point should be clear, the concept should be clear. Lester Brown, I hope you remember about him. So what should be our view regarding the entire environment? We should not consider it as fragmented parts. It is something that is holistic and ecological. We should consider it overall from a holistic point of view. Holistic means from an overall perspective. Okay. Now, one important thing is that according to Lester Brown, we have not inherited the earth from our forefathers, but we have borrowed it from our future generations. So, one thing you should remember, dear students, that there should be a positive change in our view regarding ecology, regarding biodiversity, regarding environment. Okay, we should all have a positive view that what exactly we should do, because ultimately we should be very much cautious about the present generation in which we are living, and at the same time we should be cautious about the future generation also. And remember, factories and industries, they also play a very important factor. So the industries all over the world globally should actually take responsibility for a better ecosystem. That is something very, very important. And now some points I want to highlight before I close up for the day. Now, first nationwide Green Party, New Zealand, as you rightly told me, 1972. We have to realize that the planet is also a living organism and it is in a declining health. And so, due to the human impact, recklessly exploiting the natural resources should not be our motto. We should preserve the natural resources for our own betterment. Otherwise, we might be in huge trouble in the near future. So sustainable development is the key, as I am highlighting here, to human survival and prosperity in future. So sustainable development actually holds the key. Humans are the most dangerous animals, and at the same time they are the custodians of future. Future rests within us. We have to we have to arrange it properly. We have to protect the natural resources. The four principal biological resources mentioned in the book by Lester Brown, the global economic prospect, as you know, fisheries, forests, grasslands and croplands, they actually provide food supply and raw material for our survival. That is something very, very important. Okay, fisheries, forests, grasslands and croplands. If we overuse any one of this, it will indirectly affect the remaining three. So overfishing, deforestation should not be done. Uncontrolled population explosion, if it is there, it will harm the environment. So population control must be there. Overfishing, deforestation we should not do, because if we do it, there will be a collapse of fisheries, there will be a disappearance of forest cover, conversion of grasslands to barren wastelands and deterioration of crops. So everything we should actually take care of. Article 48A of the Indian Constitution, it is not properly implemented. This should be implemented properly. Now see, fertility rate falls, income will rise. Education, there will be development in the field of education. There will be development in the field of health sector also. And remember, dear students, development is the best contraceptive. Population explosion should not be there. If we can control and regulate the population, poverty can also be controlled, poverty can also be regulated. and most importantly poverty is controlled, population is controlled, then obviously income will rise, education will spread, and as I told you, there will be massive development in the field of health sector also. We should merge into the era of responsibility, okay, because that is the core role that we can play in terms of sustainable development. That is something very important. And most importantly, to end up the discussion, industry should play a very important role, okay, and obviously industry should be eco-friendly also at the same time. And remember, we should remember that we are tenants of the planet and we are required to keep it repaired and well maintained for generations to come. We are the responsible trustees and stewards and tenants of the planet. It is our responsibility to protect it for the present generation, and we should well maintain it, well repair it for the future generations to come. Okay, so that is it. That is all about Ailing planet in a nutshell. That I revised it because it is important for your periodic test 3, as you know. Okay, so with that I end my discussion, and I hope whatever been discussed, it is clear to all of you. Is there any doubt at the back of your mind? Any sort of confusion? Any questions you want to ask?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So with that I end my class. Have a nice day everyone, and thank you all for doing the class. Take care everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you.